Right, hi guys, and welcome to the next video in Lord and Lands How to Play, and this one's Close Combat. So we're going to keep it very quick, very simple, easy to digest hopefully. So what we've got here is two Lizardmen Spearmen units and a general in support, and we've got three Simian cohort units there. Let's say it's the Lizardman's turn, so what he wants to do is charge in. Now it doesn't cost him any pips to do that, he's well within movement range and he's moving straight ahead, so it's a valid charge. Doesn't cost him any pips because there's a general attached. At this point it's probably worth pointing out that the general needs to be attached to a particular unit within a group, and the reason for that is if this unit is destroyed, so is he. In combat he lends his strength to this unit, but not to this one. So it costs no pips to charge in because we've got a general. What happens is now is the initiative going to decide which order the combats are fought. So the Simian commander says, I want to fight this one first. So the Lizardman commander gets to dip. Now Lizardman effectiveness is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets +1 for charging, and I'm going to spend 2 pips, so that goes down to 1, to get an extra 2 dips. So look at that, so we've got 4 hits there. Okay, you can see those, so we've got 4 hits, put those back in the bag. The Simian cohort is armoured, which means they get to negate 1 hit, so 3 hits go through. Simian commander gets to dip for his combat, and his effectiveness is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not charging, so there's no bonus there, but he is going to spend an extra pip, so that gives him 5 dips. And we've got 4 hits. Put those back in the bag. Now the Lizardmen have got light armour, which means they have to take all the hits they're given. So 4 hits go through. Okay, that's that one. So the Wildland Army commander says, right, I want to fight this engagement next. Lizardman dips in, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the standard effectiveness, +1 for charging, and +2 for the general. And I'm going to spend an extra pip to get an extra dip. So let's have a look at that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits back in the bag. Simian cohort gets to negate 1 hit because he's armoured, so 4 hits go through. Simian cohort commander dips into the bag. He gets no bonus for charging, but he does get 1, 2, 3, 4 dips. And he's got 1 unit on the end there in support, so it's not in direct combat, but he's lending his support from the flank, so that's an extra 1. And I'm going to spend another pip to get an extra dip. So we've got 4 hits, put those back in the bag. Lizardman arm is lightly armoured, so it has to take all 4 hits. So the outcome then, it's not great for the Lizardman army, I have to say. So the Lizardman army's hit points are 4 each. So after that combat, both of the Lizardmen units are destroyed, and along with this unit, the general is also destroyed, and so this player would lose 1 of his initiative dice every turn from here on in to the end of the game. As far as the Simian cohort commander is concerned, Simian troops have hit points of 4, so this unit is destroyed. This one's still in there but carrying 3 wounds. So both Lizardman army units are removed, and the Simian cohort in the centre there is also removed. Now then, if the difference between the hits accrued, if they're equal, or one side gets 1 greater, they stay locked in combat. If one side manages to inflict 2 more hits on their enemy, they get the chance to push back the enemy. So it's actually obligatory. So say the Simian cohort got 2 wounds and the lizardmen, spearmen got 4 wounds. What would happen is they'd be pushed back 1 full MD. So you can see that immediately the battle lines get distorted with every success and every failure. That's infantry versus infantry with the same movement rate. If this infantry unit had a higher movement rate, he would move back, or would be allowed to move back 2 MD and break contact. The 1 MD forward move by the victorious unit, the pursuit, is obligatory, it has to happen. The 1 MD retreat by the losing unit is also obligatory, that has to happen. If they're the same movement allowance, that's where it stays. If the retreating unit has a higher move allowance, he can move back 2 MD and break contact. However, this is optional and he can stay in base-to-base contact with his attacker if he so wishes. So that's it. That's standard combat with an example of a pushback. What I'd like to go on to look at in the next video is less about the actual combat and more about what happens if units are pushed back into friendly units, what happens in multiple combats, and how to allocate hits and wounds. Alright, thanks for watching.